going to play to one of mine, which is my height. Or rather, as you can see, my level of height. I want to start by telling you all about a dream I had. Well, I suppose it was more of a nightmare, really. It was this exact time last year, when I dreamt that I was walking onto this very stage to give our inauguration speech, only to find that, to my horror, I could not see over the lectern. Now, I'm telling you this, not because I wish to embarrass myself, but because I want to illustrate that we all have fears, even if some of them could be considered more rational than others. Even those of us who may appear to be fearless are secretly afraid of something. I can think of one teacher among us, who though at times he may appear to be the epitome of strength, will be driven to a blubbering mess at the mention of a mere spider. And don't worry, Mr. Humble, I can assure you that your secret is safe with all of us here. What I'm trying to say here is that even though you have fears, don't let them hold you back. Our fears are part of who we are, but they don't define us. Nelson Mandela once said that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. I'm no expert when it comes to bravery, and I definitely don't claim to be courageous, but if there is one thing I could go back in time and tell myself, it would be to not be afraid of making mistakes.
The beauty of what I've learned in my life of sport is that mistakes happen regularly. I remember in year 9 when my mum told me I had to go to Christian Fellowship by lunchtime. Even though that day my sister reminded me to go again, I still decided to play basketball with my friends. That lunchtime I broke my foot and put my upcoming soccer trip to England in doubt. Now the lesson I learned wasn't go to Christian Fellowship or God will punish you. I learned that every choice you make affects your future. Sometimes we have only seconds to make a decision, and sometimes we have plenty of time to deliberate, and sometimes the answer doesn't always seem clear. One of my favourite sports people, Tim Tebow, a great American NFL player and devoted Christian, once said, "People often think that when you're following the Lord and trying to do His will, your path will always be clear, the decision smooth and easy." In year 6, I faced the big decision of which high school I would attend. Many of you know how that felt, many of you may not. Up until then, and possibly still today, this was the biggest decision of my life. I had 3 choices. I could follow my life of sport and attend Hill Sports High, attend Penrith High, or settle and follow my brother's footsteps and attend St Paul's. Now obviously know the outcome to that decision. But I will admit that there were times in the first few years when I thought what my life would have been like had I made a different choice. Now in my first 4 years here, I would have said I was very happy. I had great friends, was getting good grades, was the #1 handball player in the school. Everything the school was meant to provide. Then halfway through 2011, my school experience completely changed. As most of you know, I was diagnosed with lymphatic cancer 2 weeks before my own leadership induction service last year. Slowly we all found out, and the response was amazing. Never have my family and I felt so loved by so many of them. From the teachers to all my friends, and everyone in between, I can say a great big thank you. I was elected by you to help lead, and I was ready to do that with strength and purpose. Instead of getting me my best, you got me at my worst, vulnerable and weak. But none of you abandoned me. You all carried me and made sure I didn't fail. It was at this point in my life that I fully understood the quote I used earlier. Choosing St Paul's hadn't been a distinct choice for me. It wasn't easy. But now I realise the choice was a clear one. God has a plan for all of us. He led me to St Paul's so that when I was tested, I had the support of this community to help me, encourage me, and keep me in the right direction. I learned that this school offers so much more than an education. Aristotle once said, "Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all." That is why our community is different. Our hearts and character are founded in the love of God and each other.
To quote our inauguration speech last year, Jody and I spoke of how we aspire for every member of St Paul's to leave knowing they've had the opportunity to be a part of a greater community, and knowing they have the capacity to achieve every goal they set for themselves. I implore you, both students and incoming prefects, to attempt to do this. Harness this community and strengthen it. Aim to be the best version of yourself and don't allow your fears to get in the way of this. To the incoming leaders, this is especially important. You will all be faced with challenges, many of which may be somewhat frightening. But I wish to assure you that there is no right or wrong way to approach these challenges. All you can do is strive to be your best and don't allow your fears to get in the way of that. We wish to finish by saying thank you. Firstly, thank you, Mr. Humble. Over the last year, you have provided us with both guidance and encouragement, which has proven to be invaluable. We say thank you for the honour of serving in this way. It has truly been a remarkable opportunity. Finally, a very important thank you to the Outgoing group at Outgoing, whose hard work we are incredibly grateful for.
Also, a big thank you to all the teachers who have been a great support to all of us, and another big thank you to everyone in our year group, who are all an amazing bunch of people. I'd also like to add a personal thanks to Brittany. Brittany has been absolutely fantastic. Without her, a lot of things probably wouldn't have got done, including this speech. And it's been a lot to serve with you, Brittany, so thanks a lot. No love, no friendship can cross the path of our destiny without leaving some mark on it forever. Thank you, everyone, and God bless.